Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jael and today we are going to be doing a soft glam look. This is going to be a part of a color series that I am doing where I basically do some soft glam but put in pops of color and just kind of teach you guys how I like to play with color with soft glam. It's kind of a challenge for me and also like a fun little thing for you. I figure right now with everything going on, this is kind of the best time to pull out our creative hats and just try out something new, be a little bit adventurous. So we're gonna go ahead and dive on in. Okay, so I've clearly already done my brows off camera. I am going to start, however, on my eyes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clip my hair back a little bit so that it's not in my face. I am going to be taking my P. Louise primer, my P. Louise base. This is in the shade Rumor number 2. Now this shade is very light on me, and because we are doing a soft glam look, I want to make it a little bit more neutral. So neutral and like match it to my lid a little bit more. So I'm just mixing in my concealer that I'll be using later on, so that way I have it looking a little bit closer to my actual skin tone. Not exactly, but a little bit. Okay, so now that we look a little bit crazy, I'm going to be picking up my Violet Voss Pro palette. I love this thing, and I'm going in here specifically because I want to get this really pretty like Merlot shade right here. It probably looks a little bit lighter on camera, but in reality it is just beautiful and so wine-like, and it blends out beautifully on the lid. This is the shade Wine and Dine. So I'm just going to pick up a nice fluffy brush and we're going to go ahead and have some fun. I just am packing this right onto the lid, and I didn't even do like tapping off the brush after I popped it into the pan, just because I'm trying to get as much pigment as I can right now, and then of course we're going to soften it out. But this is also why I'm doing my eyes first, so that I can avoid a lot of fallout and messing everything up. And now we're going to just blend the edges up, which is kind of how you would do like a smoky eyes, because in a way when you're blending you're always kind of smoking stuff out. So I have done this before, but I don't typically follow this when I'm doing an eye look, and I wanted to just play around with this today to make it really soft. So I feel like this side looks softer and this side looks a little bit more like there's a pack of color. At least it does to me. I could be a little wrong, but I am just wiping off the excess on my brush and just going and trying to blend this out and soften it as much as possible. And I think it's working. Now I'm going to be picking up this iconic London eyeshadow palette. This palette is beautiful. It literally is like the ultimate soft glam look. It's stunning. This is literally a soft glam palette. It's called the Day to Slay palette, and it says it's filled with 20 highly pigmented pink, peach, bronze, and gold shades. These velvety soft powders include a mixture of mattes, shimmers, and glitters for flawless day to night looks. So I would say that's definitely true. They're very pretty. They're pigmented, but they're meant to be kind of like soft and kind of fit in with that soft glam ideal. So that is something to keep in mind of if you are considering, you know, picking this up. It's meant to be like a softer palette. So what I want to do now is I want to deepen this up because we have this really pretty wash of color up here, but I want to make it look like a little bit softer. So I'm going to go into the shade Deep Soul, which is this really pretty brown here. And I'm just picking up this Fayon brush. Okay, so I just realized that my camera stopped recording. I don't know when it stopped recording and when it continued recording. I do not know how much it picked up or how much it did not pick up. So very quickly, I'm just going to do a quick rundown of everything. I might have to refilm this if it didn't catch enough of what I did. I hope it caught enough. But basically, I started off with my Wine and Dine shade from this eyeshadow palette here by Violet Voss. This is the Violet Voss Pro palette. Then I went into my iconic London Day to Slay palette, and I diffused the outer edge with this Merlot Mondays shade. I deepened the crease with this deep soul shade, and now I'm doing like a faux cut crease with the Girl Boss shade, this very pretty metallic purple shade. I did this side already. I'm doing this side now. We're going to see what happens. I have hopefully fixed the issue so my camera does not stop recording. Again, I got a new camera, so I apologize, but we're going to keep it moving because we still have the whole face to do, so it should be fine. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is I'm kind of following my natural crease line. I always bring it up a little bit above the crease so that you can really truly see the colors. Now I want to take the shade Closing Party, which is this really pretty, it's kind of like it looks like it has like a mix of purple and brown, like a little tinge of purple in it, but it's this really pretty like metallic-y brown shade. I'm going to wet my brush again, and that's going to go on the inner corner, or the inner third of the eye. And this sits really nicely on top of this purple here. So now we just need to blend out this little mess here. So I'm picking up that brush that had the deeper shade in it, the deeper brown shade. I don't have any more additional product on it, but I am just using this to lightly blend the shadows, the shimmers, and the mattes together. Of course, we can go in and deepen this up a bit, which I might do. I haven't decided yet, but basically all we did was just kind of blend it. We blended the lid out and made it look a little bit more natural, a little bit more subtle. So I don't know how well the camera is picking up all of these beautiful shimmers, but it's metallic-y, it's pretty, it's metallic, it's pretty, but it still is like soft, so it looks nice. And again, once we start kind of cleaning this area up and put on the rest of our makeup, it'll look even softer and really pretty and really nice. So I'm actually going to step away. I don't want to add too much more. I want to keep it really nice and soft. The only thing I am doing is, again, wiping off the excess of this brush, and I'm just going to, on the very outer edge, just kind of go back one more time and just do little circular motions just to make sure that everything is really diffused around the edges. This side just came out harsher because I think I applied a little bit too much pigment to start with. So I feel like this side is a little bit less soft than this side, but we're gonna work with it anyway. I want to start off by priming my T-zone. I've already applied my SPF and I let it kind of sink into my skin a bit. And now we're going to go in with our primer. So this is the Cover FX Blurring Primer. It is a primer. I feel like it does a really good job actually of blurring everything. It feels a little bit like dimethicone. I believe it does definitely have some dimethicone in it, which helps with kind of like filling pores and blurring things. So I have a very, very oily T-zone area, so I really need to hit up this kind of space right here. So as you guys can see, that really toned everything down, all that shine, but I do love some good hydration, so I'm actually taking the Porefessional Hydrate Primer. It's their newer version of the original Porefessional, which is kind of more mattifying. This one actually feels similar to it. It just has a little bit more slip. It's a little bit more emollient. So I'm just going to hit up all those areas and just give this a little bit more shine and grip to the skin. Not shine, a little bit more hydration. All right, I'm just going to very quickly set my primer with my Laura Mercier powder. This is just a translucent powder. I'm pretty sure we've all seen it at this point, or most of us have seen it at this point. I take a very little bit, put it on the back of my beauty sponge. Then I take that very little bit and I put it on the back of my hand, and then I apply it to my face. I'm very generous with the amount of powder that I put on my nose. That is simply because I, like I said, have a very, very oily T-zone, and I have to be careful. Plain and simple. So right in the T-zone, my nose is the oiliest part of my T-zone, by the way. So right in my T-zone area, I'm just very generous with the amount that I put on here. And then I kind of am just like, I'll put a very sparse amount on the rest of my face. And I'm just going to spray my face a little bit. Just to give it some hydration. This, by the way, is the Skin & Co. Aroma Radiant Dew. It is their Truffle Therapy line. Now it is time to go in and start applying our foundation. So I'm gonna start from the center of my face and work my way out. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and do some of our concealer. So I'm mixing two of these. I am using the Covergirl Trublend Undercover Concealer in the shade Golden Amber, and I'm using the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer from Too Faced. This is in the shade Warm Beige. So I'm gonna lay down the deeper one first and then pat some dots of the lighter one on top. Also, I don't like to go too ham on the concealer anyway. Like, I don't like to go put a lot of product down. But this concealer a little bit goes a long way, actually, with both of them. So just keep that in mind if you are, using these concealers, or if you're planning on picking them up. A little bit goes a long way. You don't want to be stuck like with too much and not sure what to do. Great thing about soft glam makeup is that you can do full coverage. You just have to be careful about the placement. You have to be mindful of your blending because you want to look as blended and natural as possible. So when you're picking your products to do a soft glam look, pick something that still looks like your skin but better, but that will give you, the coverage that you want. For powder, I am picking up this Becca Cosmetics Hydra-Mist Set and Refresh powder. This is a really cool powder because it kind of feels like wet to the touch. It has a little bit more hydration. It's not a mattifying powder, but I'm picking up this like powder brush that's kind of perfect for the under eye from Alamar Cosmetics. Okay, well, it goes on great with a powder brush. So I think the skin is looking good, but we're definitely looking a little bit like flat. Like, even though we have the highlighted areas, we're still not looking as full and contoured and dimensional as we should. So it's definitely time to go in with our powder. So I like to do my regular bronzing first and then go back and add a contour unless I'm doing a cream contour. We're just working with powders today. So I am picking up this dark chocolate Soliel bronzer from Too Faced. It's amazing. I love the shade and it smells like chocolate, which is always a plus. Okay, and for contour today, I'm picking up this Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil. This is in the shade Chocolate. This is a contour shade on me. It might be a bronzer shade on somebody else, but on me, it's definitely a contour shade. So now we have our face looking much more dimensional, but we do need to go and add in some blush. So I am picking up this Alamar Cosmetics Colorete Blush Trio. This is in the Trio Medium Tan. And I'm going to take the shade Toast. No, I'm going to take the shade Isla. Or La Isla? 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 How do you pronounce that? Isla? La Isla. I'm going to take this shade right here. And I'm going to put on some blush. It's Isla. It's Isla. I'm going to take the shade Isla and I'm going to put it on. I really just disappointed my entire family. I'm so sorry. I actually want to mix in a little bit of this shade Toasted here to bring in some of that purple vibe. And because I have a little bit of excess, I'm like leaning so far back. Because I have a little bit of excess, I'm gonna just bump it here. And I know it's like, it's very intense right now. We're gonna tone it down, don't worry. I got you. But I do love a good blush. And I like to kind of really be able to see the blush. So, but we'll tone it down a little bit. So I wanted to so I want to set the face. I'm going to pick up this powder brush from Danielle, and I'm going to go in with my Sephora Microsmooth powder. This is in the shade Matte Tan 40. And I'm literally just getting the tiniest bit, and I'm just going to very lightly just dust the face. So I'm going to be picking up these House of Lashes Noir Fairy Light Lashes. I haven't used them yet, but they look very pretty. So I'm going to be applying these. As my lash glue dries, I want to just do a little bit of multitasking. So to kind of tie up this whole purpley theme here, I'm going to pick up this LA Girl, this LA Girl Glide Gel Liner. It's this very pretty purple shade, and we are just going to pop that on our waterline. And I am going to pick up this shade Merlot Mondays, and I'm going to blend out that lower lash line. We're just going to smoke it out, and I want to use the softer shade because I want to keep this look softer, you know. I am riding the struggle bus so hard right now, so I'm going to try and wrap up this video because my under eye is watering and removing my makeup. I can't see really out of my contacts because I got stuff in them, and I don't want to mess up the look entirely. So we're just going to finish it up and hope for the best. I'm going to pick up this lip liner from Saint Laurent. It's in the shade Vogue. It's like a nudie brownie mauve situation. And upon further inspection, I want something a little bit deeper. This one's from NYX. This is in the shade Natural. For lips, I'm picking up the Too Faced Melted Matte liquid lipstick in the shade Cool Girl. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of my Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Pure Hollywood. I'm just going to put it on my finger and then pat that right in the center just to give it a little bit more pout. I'm going to go in with my Laurent Cosmetics gloss, because I feel like a gloss can look really great with a soft glam look. So and this gloss, by the way, is in the shade Vibe. So it is a vibe. To wrap this up, we're going to pick up our Jaclyn Hill palette, or whatever highlight palette you have. I'm just using this one. This is the Flare palette. It's for the deeper skin tones. And I am taking the shade Made Ya Look. No. Yes, I am. I'm taking the shade Made Ya Look, which is this very pretty goldeny shade. And I'm going to use that as my highlight shade today. I just filmed an entire ending and it didn't even record. It's really a metaphor for how this whole video went. All right, guys, so from what I can see, I think that I look pretty. I'm happy from what I can see, it looks good. I'm going to go figure out my life. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know if you know any tips and tricks of what to do when your eye just leaks like that, because I still haven't figured that out. Also, let me know if there's any other things you want to see from me. Just hang out with me. Give me some more insight and advice on what I should be doing on this channel. Make sure to share this video with your friends. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. I'll be uploading again this Wednesday and Friday, so make sure you guys do not miss those videos. And yeah, we're gonna have more fun. It's probably gonna be a little bit kooky. This is honestly like, this is me. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, my loves.
Say my name until the city burns and the stars fade away and your scars don't hurt. Stay with me until the last